The church's chicken shooter is asking that the case be thrown out. Check it out.
And the woman accused of a fatal shooting at a church's chicken went back in front of a judge this Wednesday morning. Monica Williams is charged with first-degree murder for the fatal shooting that claimed the life of Anitra West. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. Following the attack, photos of the accused were released by police as they were trying to arrest her. Although the woman was seen on video, the defense is saying that may not be enough to move forward. WRG's Jarita Patterson explains.
This lady looked like one of my aunties. She looked like my auntie. She looked like Cora. Shout out Aunt Cora. Where Aunt Cora at? Let me call Cora. See how she doing. She looked just like my Aunt Cora. I don't even know if Cora even got this number. Let me see what she's talking about. You know, Anton get distracted.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Damn, Cora don't even like Time Dog no more. Let me see. She sent me direct to the thing. This is Anton. I ain't called Cora since I got this new number. Anyways, let's continue.
Explains why her attorney is trying to get the case thrown out.
Monica Williams, a first-degree murder suspect, was escorted back into Judge Bill Anderson's courtroom Wednesday. The 45-year-old spoke briefly with her attorney,
so much
Scott
different than
Hall.
when she had that purple hair.
She is accused of shooting to death a
Look at Cora calling me back. See that my family love me. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, that's right. Identify yourself.
Oh, you ain't got, yeah, I had to change my number because it hit the internet.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna save this.
Yeah, I was just calling to check on you. I seen a lady that looked like you. I'm like, let me call Auntie. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Miss you. I see Rita every now and then. She comes through.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly down there and I'm gonna come down there probably next month.
Oh, good. Yep, good. We'll be we're going to Andre's birthday in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I see y'all there. I'll be there.
Oh, good. Yep. Mama's going too.
Yep, I'll be there. All right, let me call you right back. I just wanted to call and check in with you.
Oh, nice talking to you.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Family love Time Dog. Y'all family don't even like y'all. My family can't wait for me to call. You know what I'm saying?
Anitra West, while the victim was at work at this church's chicken in Orange Mound last week. This all stemmed from an argument detectives explained in this affidavit. However, her attorney says is what you don't see in the report that he could capitalize on.
Reviewing the affidavit, I haven't seen any list of witnesses on this case, so we may be also making a motion to dismiss.
This case has garnered a lot of attention. Sitting 5 rows away from Williams were half a dozen of her family members. Williams, who has mostly appeared unemotional, could be seen wiping away tears before pulling down her mask, smiling, mouthing words, and finally giving her family an okay hand gesture. But District Attorney Steve Mulroy says nothing about this case is okay.
Ordinary disputes, ordinary beefs that would have just been at most a shoving match are now fatal. And it means we need tougher gun laws, but it also needs we to be extra vigilant on bringing these people to justice.
Mulroy also addressed the defense's claim about any...
Don't she look different? Don't she look different right there than when she was in that courtroom? It's crazy.
Possible lack of witnesses.
It is not unusual for us to get convictions based on video surveillance evidence, even if there are no actual live witnesses.
As you heard Defense Attorney Hall say, he may move to have this case dismissed, but the operative word there is may. That has yet to be seen. What we do know for sure is a bond hearing is set to happen inside this courtroom Monday. We'll certainly keep you updated. Reporting for your news leader inside the CJC, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
I can't wait to see what the details of this case is, because 2 unhinged women, one that went outside and then got her life taken by another unhinged woman, is crazy. It's absolutely insane. But anyways, that's what's going on in that case. They moving to get it dismissed. Probably won't, obviously. The court of public opinion ain't even going to have that. In addition to that, a police officer, a Chicago Police Department lieutenant, is relieved of his police powers because of this.
But first, a Chicago police lieutenant relieved of his police powers after a shocking confrontation caught on camera.
Our Tia Ewing spoke with the man who recorded it. Tia.
Well, Scott and Dawn, this officer was off duty when all of this unfolded. I did speak to the man who recorded the video. He doesn't want his entire name out there in fear of retaliation, but we did do some digging and we found out this isn't the first time this officer has been accused of wrongdoing. A racial slur hurled during a heated argument Friday, July 12th. The man in the blue used the N-word. He got into another altercation with someone else on the same night on this downtown Chicago rooftop. This time, the person he was arguing with identified him as a police officer. Behind the cell phone video recording is Raheem. He confronted the man on the spot.
That ain't funny, bro. Ain't you a police officer?
That's not two confrontations. That's not two different ones. That's one person that recorded it. The second person is the person that recorded it that ultimately wanted to get more footage and wanted to get a close-up of him because he knew he was a police officer. And so he then went up to him and with the camera and he said, "Ain't you a cop, man?"
Me, dude. Yeah.
Days later, Raheem posted the video on Instagram, garnering thousands of views and an investigation.
I ain't really know how to react because it's like, I know they the police and he not talking to me, but it's still affecting me. So it had me feeling like in a weird position. It's like I'm upset and I didn't know how to like direct my anger.
The Civilian Office of Police Accountability is investigating the incident and Lieutenant Andrew DeCurris. He's a 29-year veteran on the force.
They need to actually pay attention to the complaints made, pay attention to the officers they have, because these are people that's arresting our communities.
It's not the first time DeCurris has been in the headlines. This is from our website in 2021, stemming from a federal jury finding that DeCurris used excessive force when a man was tackled and beaten during Cubs World Series celebrations in 2016. The man was awarded more than $50,000. At that time, DeCurris had 73 complaints against him. DeCurris's police history hasn't all been marred by turmoil. In 2019, video shows he was honored alongside two other officers for rescuing a woman who was under attack.
So I feel like they need to actually do something.
Well, the Chicago police, they did confirm for us that DeCurris was relieved of his police powers on July 16th, pending the outcome now of this investigation.
Well, that's what happens nowadays. Everybody got a camera, everybody got a phone, and so you got to be careful of what you do and what you do it around. Aside from the fact that you are off duty, it doesn't matter because what you do basically is nowadays it can spill over into what you do for a living because the character part of it plays a role in whether or not you should hold that position or not. And then last but not least, I kind of spoke about this briefly yesterday with regard to Elon Musk pulling out of California altogether as far as SpaceX, formerly known as Twitter, and then he already pulled Tesla out of California. But Gavin Newsom recently signed a law, as well as the California legislators, signing a law that basically saying that you can't force a student to basically tell their parents what the teachers are now identifying them as inside of the classrooms. Take a look.
A new first-of-its-kind law in California has many people talking. The so-called Safety Act was inspired by policy in the Chino Valley Unified School District.
It prohibits schools from enforcing policies that force out LGBTQ students. NBC4's Karma Dickerson has details on the pushback against this law.
You're in Sacramento, proposing things that pervert children.
The state of California has passed a new law to end this heated debate about whether school districts should be required to tell parents if their students identify as a different gender while at school.
Forcing schools to out children, you will serve only to ensure that students experiencing gender dysphoria who don't feel they have a support system at home will continue to suffer in silence.
What is gender dysphoria? Let's look it up. We don't mind doing research on this channel. Look at Anton knowing how to spell. Gender dysphoria is a feeling of discomfort or stress or distress that might occur in people whose gender identities differ from their sex assigned at birth. So it's basically saying that if you're a boy and you feel like a girl, and then you're feeling some stress as a result of it, then, and that was the gender that you, and that was the gender that you were assigned at birth, not what you were born biologically, but because you feel different, you might believe that the doctor wrongly mislabeled you as a baby. And so if you feel like your gender was assigned wrong at birth, and then you bothered by that, then you could be, literally labeled to have or be diagnosed with gender dysphoria. Transgender and gender diverse people might experience gender dysphoria at some point in their lives. So that is the definition. That is the definition of gender dysphoria according to Google. Let's continue.
New law known as the Safety Act would prevent schools from enacting policies that require employees to reveal any information about a student's sexual orientation or gender identity without their consent, including to their parents.
I didn't even know that kids had choices. I didn't even know that they had the ability to be able to consent to anything. I thought that kids was kids and you do what the parents and the adults tell you to do. But, it's a different time. I understand that 2024 is much different than it was in 1982 when I was born. Which was one of the reasons why I was even trying to figure out whether I wanted to bring a child into this world in the first place. But neither here nor there. Let's continue.
Is that right now, any school district, and there have been only a few in California, that wants to enact a policy locally to forcibly out kids shall be invalidated.
Assemblymember Chris Ward, representing San Diego, introduced the now law.
Nothing in that school district's policy should require that teacher to automatically convey information that the students may not be ready to share.
The move by the legislature came in response to policies like the one Chino Valley Unified School District passed last July, requiring schools and teachers to inform parents if their student indicates they're changing their gender identity. For example, requesting to be called by a different name or pronouns. Before the new law was passed, California Attorney General Rob Bonta sued Chino Valley Unified over their policy. But yesterday, the Liberty and Justice Center, who represents Chino Valley in this matter, sued over the new law.
So we are alleging that this law violates the 14th Amendment, and it also violates the First Amendment right to free exercise of religion.
Standing California law prevents students from changing their name or their gender on their official school record without parental consent. And federal law guarantees parents access to their students' records. The letter of California's new law, the Safety Act, does not change that.
I'm always wondering why it's so important for them to fight for this. We have cities that are going bankrupt, police departments that are understaffed and underfunded, crime running rampant, criminals being released from prison with only a third of their sentence served, and then going out and reoffending and taking somebody's life. Budgets that are blowing out of control, bad spending, wars that's happening overseas, communities that are desperate for resources and reinvestment, infrastructure that's completely falling apart. But the fight that we're having in a lot of these places, including the most in California, is whether or not you should be required or whether or not you should be prevented. That's the better word to say. Whether you should be prevented from letting the parents know that John want to be called Jane inside of the classroom, and that they act different and they feel different. I thought that parents or teachers was an extension of the parents once the teacher takes control of the child while they're in school. I'm amazed. But ladies and gentlemen, that is your Quick Hits. All right.